everyone, welcome back to another Beyblade Burst Sparking or Super King unboxing, and it's finally arrived. B167 Mirage Fafnir, and making a comeback as his owner is Free De La Hoya. So after seeing Fumia take over with Wizard Fafnir in a GT series, we've got Free back again, and it's so good to see him. And with our left spinner, we've got the black packaging, and let's go over to the other side as usual for our parts listing. And we're going to start off up top here with a diagram letting us know that this bay has two different modes which you can select. So we've got absorption mode and counter attack mode. And then down onto the lip, I've got partially assembled diagram there, and a performance stat, which I just mentioned anyway, but I can't decipher it. And then our actual parts now, so starting with our sparking chip and core, so the Fafnir sparking chip, then our ring, which is the Mirage ring, and down to a new double chassis part, which is 2S or 2 stamina. And there is a small chance also of getting a recolored version of this inside, so we'll see whether we actually pick that up. And then also making a reappearance is the Nothing driver. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the packaging, other than letting us know about the whole single and double chassis thing. But you've probably watched enough of these unboxings now for me not to have to mention the difference between the two. So let's get this guy opened up and see if we get that rare recolored version of the chassis. Well, we didn't get the recolored version of the chassis, but that's okay. I'm not too much of a fan of things like that. I didn't really like the golden bays that you had a chance of getting the GT series. I like the original colors on my bays because they just represent what's you see on the anime. And let's get those stickers on now, which we actually don't have too many of. Alright, well, that's our stickers on. We're going to have a look at the ring and chip to start things off. So here it is, our Mirage Fafnir sparking chip, core and ring. And let's talk design. So shape-wise, it's a very triangle-esque shape to it, which I think might be a little bit derived from Geist Fafnir. That's just my opinion, but I'll quickly grab him so I can show you what I mean. And it seems like this bay is a combination of all Fafnirs previous to it. They're throwing in their own little bit until we get this final product. And then I'll just quickly grab our Wizard Fafnir here and compare the rubber. So the rubber, very similar in design between those two. And then, of course, Dragon Fafnir, you could see a small bit of that in our design as well. And then let's talk about the rubber. So now we have a bay that is 100% surrounded in rubber, and they've just been working their way up to this point, really. So you know, Drain only had these little sections here on it for contact with an opponent, and then Geist had these larger ones, and then Wizard, of course, we saw quite a bit of an increase until we get to Mirage. And yeah, that's just going to give us so much more grip for that spin stealing ability that Fafnir is so famous for. And that's pretty much it for our ring. Let's move on to the chip. For our chip, we get this really awesome new entire Fafnir dragon design on it, clutching at the core for the centerpiece of this bay, which I think is also a combination of the designs from the center of the previous Fafnir. So we've got one of the heads from Wizard Fafnir, and we've got Geist Fafnir, which is clutching at his core. Then Drain Fafnir, which also clutches at the core, which is green, and bringing us this really nice gold and silver for the paint. Then we've got the jaw accentuated with that green sticker, and then a bit of red and green thrown in there with the other stickers. I think it's just brilliant. And then with the core of it, just pop him out, so apply pressure either side there, give it a little twist, and out he comes. We've got the same core that we've seen and with all previous bays except for the first ones that we got of Super Hyperion and King Helios. And I'll just put him back in and just put him in sideways and twist, and there he goes, locks back on, and then we'll reattach him to our ring here. So we've got an L printer on our ring as well, so letting us know it is a left rotating ring. And you just take your feet here either side and place them in the larger portion of the gap on that ring there. Twist to the left now, and you'll hear that click into place, and there we go, reassembled. And let's have a look at our new chassis, which is, as I previously mentioned, 2S or 2 stamina, and design wise it's got this triangle shape, which is going to be suited well, of course, to that Mirage ring of Fafnir's. And then because it's a stamina type, we've got a decent amount of metal to it, making it weigh a good amount. And then surrounding the metal is plastic. I, for some reason, thought it might have been rubber, but then thinking about it more, that probably wouldn't have helped so much with its counter-attack mode. And then that plastic has a curve shape to it, so that's going to bring a little bit of life after death when rolling on it. And then we've got LR printed here, so it's going to work with both left and right spinning bays. And we'll go over to the back side now, and of course with the double chassis we get that disc inbuilt to our teeth now, and it looks like we get four teeth on it, and they look rather deep, so probably going to get, you know, halfway decent teeth on this guy. Halfway decent clicks to it. And that's it for our new chassis, and let's move on to the driver. And making a reappearance with Fafnir is the Nothing driver. So it's got a semi-sharp plastic tip that's spring-loaded, and on launch that'll depress, softening its entry into a stadium. And then its gimmick is meant to be Nothing brake, so when the bay spins fast enough, the centrifugal force will lower it down onto that tip, which will increase its surface area, providing some form of an attack. But you know what happens in the anime doesn't exactly repeat itself in real life. So then color, they've given us this sort of what is it, like metallic pearl, gold orange, if you want to get technical about it, with the new Fafnir. And just grab the old Nothing driver here to show you the difference between the two. So it's just basically this dark see-through orange with Drain Fafnir. And yeah, we didn't actually get a dash version, which I'm a little bit disappointed about, but you know, that's alright, I don't mind. That should work just as well anyway. And yeah, let's piece this bay together and have a listen and feel of those clicks. So first up, let's attach our chassis, and I'm just going to line up the plastic bits here on the inside of the ring with the two gaps inside the chassis here, and push down, you get that satisfying click. And now for the driver, make sure it's up the right end and back towards the left. And our teeth aren't the strongest of clicks with those, It's actually moving pretty easy along them. So yeah, so that's semi-light clicks there, but you know, that always doesn't determine how easy the bay is to burst. It comes down to the full design of everything working together. So what you think may be an easy to burst bay actually ends up to be pretty strong. Lastly, we'll have a look at that mode change. So just remove that chassis and we're going to spin it 180 degrees back around to that side. Click him in once again, and there we go. You can see it protrudes out in these 3 spots here, giving us that counter attack. And let's grab out the stadium now, and we'll do a test launch and maybe a quick test battle. We're all set up for our test launch, and 3, 2, 1, go shoot. And the noise of the nothing driver, I totally forgot about that. It vibrates that small amount. There we are. Because it's such a heavy bay, went to center really quick then. Running smoothly, all those lines blurring together. Alright, well, let's do a small test battle. Well, let's test out absorption mode first. So I'm going to hand spin against Chozy Valkyrie. So, nice contact. And, oh, fed FAFNIR nicely then. Awesome. Well, there's absorption mode, and I'll try counter attack out real quick. For that, we're going to be launching Mirage FAFNIR now. And there we go now. So, set of strikes and a KO. Wow. That mode change to counter attack actually making quite a difference to the performance. Well, that is it for this unboxing. I hope you liked the video, and until next time, enjoy the rest of your day.